Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Whitney and I'm a fragrance and flavor enthusiast. Here on my channel, we mostly explore fragrances, but sometimes I like to throw in other content here and there just for fun. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has viewed, liked, commented, shared, and subscribed. So today, I'll be sharing with you guys my top 5 favorite florals, and I'll be sharing them with you guys in the form of perfumes and fragrance mists that I have in my collection. So let's just get into it. Now, before we actually get into it, I actually do really like floral scents, but I prefer them when they're done in a way that's not like strictly floral. Like, for instance, I like floral gourmands, I like aquatic florals, you know, that kind of thing. But because it's spring, you know, I thought I would share the florally scent. Okay, let's get into it now. So the first floral note that is my favorite is rose. And rose is one that I sometimes feel like gets a bad rap for being like dated smelling or like matronly, I guess, and not in a nice way. But for me, I feel like my experience with rose has been positive, and I actually do have like pleasant associations with rose. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I do like rose when it's done in a way that's a little bit unique. So the 2 rose fragrances that I have for you actually kind of have gourmand touches to them, one more than the other. And I think that's why they actually end up being my favorite in my collection, because they're rose forward, but they also have something a little extra about them that makes them a little special. So my favorite perfume in my collection that features the note of rose is Because It's You by Emporio Armani, by Giorgio Armani. And this is a fruity floral scent that has a vanilla touch to it. And this is one that I really do enjoy. I've described this as like the happiest scent in my collection, and it still is. And the rose in here definitely comes out more as it dries down, hence it being in the mid notes, but you know how it is sometimes. It does open up in the scent as well. So even though rose can be found in the heart of this fragrance, I find that the rose pretty much lasts throughout the duration of this fragrance on my skin. As it dries down, the vanilla and musky notes definitely lead, but rose can be picked up by my nose for quite a long time when I wear this. And I do enjoy this. So it has that rosy quality to it, and rose is the only floral in this fragrance, but there's like a brightness that comes from the neroli and lemon note in here, and I'm here for it. I really do enjoy this, and it's so addictive. And it just smells so lovely. Now, this is one that I do have to re-up on when I wear, because, or at least be very strategic with how I spray it, because it doesn't have the best performance, but when I do my little magic and, like, you know, do little things to make this thing work for me, I don't have any issues. And I also do have a travel size of this that I haven't had to wear it lately, but I have it just in case. Because I imagine that this is one that I'm just going to continue to wear, and I like it. And my favorite fragrance mist in my collection that features a note of rose is Whipped Rose Latte. I am so happy that I have this in my collection, for one of 2 reasons. One, it smells amazing, and 2, this, when I ordered it, I guess I was just like one of the chosen ones, because this scent ran out very quickly online, and I really do enjoy this. This is one that has notes of crushed rose petals, cocoa flower, and whipped foam. So it smells like a slightly chocolatey, kind of creamy rose scent that is so good and edible smelling. Now, I know they have Cocoa Rose, I believe it's called, or Cacao Rose out now at Bath & Body Works. But as far as the reviews that I've seen so far, these are not the same. Like that, the new fragrance doesn't feature just nearly as much of that like chocolatey vibe as Whipped Rose Latte does. So this will suffice for me, but I really do enjoy this. Like, I really do, and I am so happy to have it. And this is my kind of rose. Like, again, I'm here for the fresh rose scents, right? But give me a rose gourmand, and yeah, I'm in heaven. All right, so next up we have one of my other favorite floral notes, and that is violet. And again, I feel like violet has the reputation of also being a note that can kind of smell vintagey, and again, not in a good way. But to me personally, I really do enjoy the scent of violet with that like powdery sweet quality about it. That just smells so good. Did I just rhyme? I think I did. It sounded like I did in my head. But yeah, so the perfume that I have in my collection that features violet, that is one of my favorite violet scents that I own, is none other than, you could probably guess, it's Insolence, the EDT from the house of Guerlain. And this is, now you may not recognize this bottle at all, and that's okay. This is one of the, if I'm not mistaken, this is the original packaging of Insolence, and I'm pretty sure the bottle has been changed at least twice since this one came out. The scent, I've smelled one of the more recent ones, not the most recent juice in the most recent bottle. But point is that I'm getting at is, once this is through, which I did tea from my mom, but I think she's okay with it. It smells close enough for me to be okay with it. And this is not a particularly fresh bottle either. And it still smells quite fabulous to my nose. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Like, it doesn't smell stank and it hasn't gone off at all. But anyway, so this is a violet scent that, again, yes, it has that powdery sweetness to it, but it also has like an effervescence to it as well. Not so much like champagne effervescence, but like bubbles effervescent to my nose. And I really like it. And it's so long lasting, especially for an EDT. I can't say for sure how the performance of the newer bottles are, because, you know, sometimes as perfumes are reformulated, the performance kind of like gets sucky. But as of right now, I'm happy with the way this performs. We're talking hours upon hours. And it projects as well. So that is, what is that? I'm happy to have that. That is what I think I want to say. I'm happy to have this scent in my collection. Oh, and before I forget, this doesn't smell like overly mature to my nose, even though, yes, you can say that it has a matureness to it, maturity to it because of that violet note. But I feel like there's still like an element of playfulness to this. It doesn't make it like too stuffy of a scent, even though it has notes that can be considered kind of like formal smelling, but not to me. The fact that I like it and wear it, I feel like that just speaks to how it smells, because I don't personally like to smell, I like to have scents that have like an element of playfulness to it, and this does satisfy me in that department. So the perfume mist in my collection that features violet, that is my favorite, is Autumn Violets. And to be honest, I think this may be the only violet scent I have. But there's a good reason for it. Now, I know they've come out with like violet scents potentially around, or either around the time of this release or following the release of Autumn Violets. I can't remember. Maybe even before. Let me just get it out, what I'm trying to say. When I saw like, what is it called? Candied Violet Sorbet, I think the Bath & Body Works released. I was so excited about it because I'm like, a Violet Gourmand, give me that. But then when I learned that apparently it smells pretty much not gourmand at all, I was like, boo, I don't want it. So I didn't get it. But I'm happy with this one. So Autumn Violets is a scent that is soft and powdery without being like excessively powdery in nature, but it's like a quiet scent that I find works perfectly for me when I want to wind down. And it's a good alternative to lavender for me personally, in terms of like a relaxing scent, because I do enjoy lavender, but sometimes I don't want the super aromatic the super aromatic quality that lavender can sometimes give off. Like, depending on my mood, I'm sometimes like, yes, essential oils, and sometimes like, no, I don't want it. And this is one where I'm like, I don't want it, but I want something that's like relaxing to me. And yeah, I do enjoy it. And it's quite, let me just spray a little bit of it, because it is quite soft in nature, but there's like it is sweet, and dare I say juicy, but there's a fig note in here, so maybe that's what's giving it that vibe. But And there is a greenness to it. If I haven't said that already, there is a greenness to it. Not only coming from the vines note, it's velvet vines, but perhaps even the fig. But anyway, this is a nice one that I enjoy. I don't think I've ever worn it like out. I think I've only ever worn this to bed. I may explore it more this spring. I mean, I know it says autumn violets, but don't tell me what to do. So next up, we're going to focus on another floral that's one of my faves, and that is Jasmine. So Jasmine is a note that can sometimes be hit or miss for me, I will admit that. But when it's done right, i.e. in a way that I like, I love it. And Jasmine is one that I feel has like, sometimes it's like soft and demure, but sometimes it's super indolic and like animalic. And I like the range that Jasmine can give in a fragrance, but I find that the Jasmine that I really do appreciate is one that's done in a way where even though it's prominent in whatever scent it's being used in, it's kind of toned down in the sense of it being balanced with like a sweet note. And both of the mists that I have to share with you do just that. So the perfume that features Jasmine, that is my absolute favorite Jasmine scent in my collection, is Olympéa from Paco Rabanne. And this is one that I so enjoy. It's like a salty vanilla scent that to me has like an aquatic kind of vibe to it. Not saying it smells like super aquatic, but it has that kind of vibe to it. But this is for sure like a Jasmine forward scent to my nose. And I think it's super sexy, which I think Jasmine is a pretty sexy floral in my opinion. And this is just quite sexy. I feel like it's one that I can wear at kind of, I feel like Olympéa is a scent that I could wear year round, but with the intention of smelling sexy as fuck. Let's just put it that way. And I really do like it. I really do like it. And this performs well. I've seen like some complaints about the formula being like whack after it was reformulated. I'm pretty sure this is the bottle that is the most recent. I'm pretty sure. I had wanted the one before that, but when I ordered it, I got the newer one and I was okay with it because it still smelled great to my nose. Like I have no complaints. Like I enjoy this a lot. And I think it's super sexy. And for me, salty scents kind of like, I think they smell quite sexy on me. And the fact that it's blended with jasmine and then also vanilla, I'm like, you're asking for problems when you wear this wet. But that's okay. And the fragrance mist that features jasmine, that is my absolute favorite jasmine fragrance mist in my collection. Potentially, no, I was gonna say it may be the only one. I think it might be, but that's okay because this does what it needs to do. And that is Twinkling Nights. And when I first smelled Twinkling Nights, I was like, wow, slept on by me. Because I didn't get this scent when it was like actually like in rotation at Bath & Body Works. I got it later on from a local vendor and I was so glad to get it because it is so beautiful, so good. It's like a sweet, I want to say like a sweet citrusy creamy floral and I love it. Now I think this was released around in potentially a winter, it was a winter release, hence I think it's, yeah, frosted jasmine petals. So alluding to winter season, I suppose, but I feel like this is one that could be worn again year round and pretty much any occasion. It just has like a sexiness to it that I really, really like. And I'm glad to have it. And you know, it kind of reminds me of Olympéa sometimes because they share a few notes. They share that jasmine, they share the vanilla. Now this Twinkling Nights has mandarin blossom as a note, and I think Olympéa just has mandarin as a note. Yeah, I still like it though. I still like it. I mean, it smells different. I think it's a lot sweeter, and I guess, you know, obviously it doesn't feature that salty note, but I love it. And I actually paired them two together and they smell good. They smell really, really good. So the next floral note I'm going to talk about is Tuberose. Now again, I feel like Tuberose is one that can sometimes be put in that same box of smelling like a dated scent note. But to me, Tuberose, at least modern tuberoses, modern fragrances that feature tuberose don't really smell like old school scents to me at all. And I think it's because of the notes that they're paired with that help elevate them and bring them into, you know, this millennia. But either way, I don't have a problem with tuberose. I quite like it actually. I think there's like a juiciness to tuberose that I really do like. And that's why I have a few fragrances in my collection that feature that note. And the perfume that features Tuberose, that is one of my absolute faves, is Prada La Femme from Prada. And this is one that I got for my birthday, and I've kind of slowed down on the use of it because I found myself just reaching for it most of the time. But this is one that features tuberose, and it also has like yellow florals in here. And it's done in a way where it has like, yes, it's a floral scent, but it smells like, it's like a soapy floral. And not saying it smells bland in the least, because I do think there's something about it that's just so addictive and appealing. And it's blended in a way where the tuberose can be picked up by my nose, but it's not like tuberose heavy. But I really do like that. And to be honest, I feel like there's a sexiness to it. For again, I guess I kind of feel like sometimes just smelling clean is sexy. And that's part of the appeal for Prada La Femme to me. But yeah, really happy that I have this, and I'm excited to continue wearing this in spring and even into the summer. And I don't know, this may be potentially too heavy for summer. I think it was probably intended to be worn in warmer weather, especially with those notes, but whatever. I'll give it a chance. We'll see how it works. So the only fragrance mist I have in my collection that features tuberose, therefore it wins a favorite by default, is Oahu Coconut Sunset. And this is one sexy mist. This is a sexy scent right here. This is like summery, but summer evening, because of that warmth that it has to it, which I feel like could potentially be too much during the day. Potentially, but you know, wear what you want when you want to. But this is a great one. Even now, smelling it now, it has like kind of like that suntan lotion kind of vibe, but not in like an obvious way. It just, I guess what I'm saying is that it smells summery, but in a very sexy way. And again, the tuberose in here I can pick up, right? But it doesn't like, it just has like a, again, not generic, but like a well-blended floral sweetness to it that I really do like. Let me see the notes. So it's coconut blossom, sparkling bergamot, beach tuberose, Hawaiian manoi, and molten amber. So yeah, just a lot of sexy notes in here. And this one is one that also performs quite well on me. And I really like it, and I'm glad that I got it when I did. So wrapping up, we are going to talk about Orange Blossom. And Orange Blossom is, I would say, pretty popular, at least with more modern fragrances. And it's obvious why, because it's so beautiful. It's like a citrusy floral that has like a sweetness to it, and it's just beautiful, honestly, at least to my nose. It's quite beautiful. And I do have a few scents in my collection that feature Orange Blossom, but I had to pick one for the video. And the one that I chose is Jimmy Choo's Illicit. I chose this one because this is just a really nice scent, and it's done in a way where Orange Blossom, yes, it's in here, but it works so well with all the other notes like the ginger and the vanilla, and it's just super sexy, especially when it dries down. So even though I would say that Orange Blossom can kind of be like, perhaps seen as like, I was gonna say it seems like, I guess kind of girly, feminine in nature, which I guess, you know, that's fine. But the way that it's done in here, yes, this is like a feminine scent to my nose, but I feel like there's just a sexiness to it that, you know, takes it from being just like a generic sweet floral scent to like, no, there's something quite sexy about this. And I really like that. I like it a lot. So the final fragrance mist that I have to share with you guys features Orange Blossom, yes, but it's not obvious. It was not obvious to me, at least. So this fragrance mist is one of my favorite fragrance mists in my collection, right? But when I found out that it had Orange Blossom, I was like, yeah, this is an obvious choice. And I have to share with you because it surprised me, so maybe it'll surprise you as well. So that fragrance mist is Sea Island Cotton. Now, Sea Island Cotton is not the most current iteration of this particular scent. It's now listed as Sea Island Shore, which is available at Bath & Body Works right now. But as far as I know, Sea Island Shore is just a repackaged, renamed version of Sea Island Cotton. So yeah, this has Orange Blossom in it, and it was very surprising. So this is a fresh laundry by the beach kind of scent to me, and it smells so good to me. And on Fragrantica, when I was checking out the notes, I mean, there are tons of notes in this scent, but to be honest, it just kind of just smells like a fresh laundry scent that has like a beachy vibe to it. And not like tropical vibe, like literal like laundry drying outside by the beach. And I really like how it smells, and I cannot smell orange blossom at all. But that doesn't stop me from enjoying this and appreciating that there are floral notes in here that I had no idea were in here, and that makes me happy. So yeah, if you have this scent or you have CL Inshore, which I believe also does feature the note of orange blossom in there, let me know if you can actually pick up on the orange blossom. I am very curious to hear, because I don't. Again, that doesn't mean it's not there, but there, if I were to try, no, let me stop playing. But y'all tell me though if y'all can pick up on it. I am curious. So that's everything for me today, guys. Let me know down below in the comment section what your favorite florals are and which scent in your collection features those florals. I am curious. And if you liked today's video, like this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And if you want to support my channel even more, feel free to buy me a bubble tea. All the information is listed down below in the description box. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you later. Bye! So today, I'll be sharing with you guys. Let me put a ting on it, ting on it. Let me put the thing on my list. So the scent that I'm talking about is Sea Island Cotton. Now, Sea Island Cotton. So the final fragrance mist that I have for you guys is one that obviously features Fruscia Moisture. Cool kid. I'm a cool kid.